Welcome to our deep dive into React's Context API for efficient state management. In the world of React, managing state is a fundamental aspect of building dynamic applications. As applications grow in complexity, managing state across multiple components becomes a significant challenge. This is where the Context API comes into play, offering a streamlined way to share data without the hassle of prop drilling. In this session, we'll explore how the Context API can simplify your code base, enhance performance, and make your development process more efficient. Whether you're a seasoned React developer or just starting out, understanding the Context API is crucial for building scalable and maintainable applications. Let's start by breaking down the core concepts of the Context API. First, we have the context itself, which is created using the React create context and function. Think of it as a special container that holds global data or configuration. Next, we have the provider, a component that wraps your application or part of it, allowing its children to access the context's value. The provider uses a value prop, which holds the data to be shared. Finally, the consumer or useContext hook is utilized by components to access the context value. This approach eliminates the need to pass props through every level of your component tree, making your code cleaner and more efficient. Consider a real-world scenario. If you're building a multi-themed application, the Context API can manage theme settings globally, enabling seamless theme switching without cumbersome prop drilling. However, it's important to be cautious with performance. Over-reliance on the Context API can lead to unnecessary re-renders, especially if the context value changes frequently. For large-scale applications, managing multiple contexts might become complex, but with a clear structure and understanding, it can significantly enhance your application's architecture. Now, let's look at a practical example to see the Context API in action. We'll create a simple React application that demonstrates theme switching and user greeting using the Context API. The application consists of several components: a theme provider to manage theme state, a user provider for user data, and components to toggle themes and display user greetings. Here's the setup. Imagine you're using a React application that demonstrates the Context API's capabilities. As you interact with the application, you can see the initial state, where a greeting message welcomes the user and offers a button to switch themes. By clicking the Switch to Dark Theme button, the application seamlessly transitions to a dark theme, showcasing the Context API's power in managing global states. Now, consider the user state. Clicking the Logout button changes the user state and updates the UI to prompt a login. These interactions highlight how Context API efficiently manages and updates global states without the need for prop drilling. Reloading the application demonstrates the persistence of context-managed states, reinforcing the stability and reliability of this approach. In conclusion, mastering the Context API in React opens up new possibilities for efficient state management. By understanding its core components, context, provider, and consumer, you can significantly reduce the complexity of your React applications. The Context API is especially useful for managing global states like themes, user data, and application settings. While it offers a powerful solution, it's important to balance its use to avoid performance pitfalls. As you continue to experiment and integrate the Context API into your projects, you'll find that it not only enhances your application's scalability, but also streamlines your development workflow. Thank you for joining this session, and happy coding. Remember, the journey to mastering React and its ecosystem is ongoing, and the Context API is a vital tool in your developer toolkit.